Too much mud, sipping on junk to reap a nigga. Scroll through pictures of myself, gotta face my demons, nigga. If no one else, I'ma do it myself, I plan to leave a nigga. Front on, I'm gon' lead on my own. Hustling, ballin', got it right now, I'm strong.
Yo, what it do? It's your boy Cables TV, man. We back with another video. We back with another reaction. And today's video, like I say, today's video we got Terence Crawford 42-0. You know, we got his career documentary, so we finna get into that. We finna react to it. And like I say, we react. This is sports. We like to react to sports over here. So we finna boxing, football, basketball. I was trying to say baseball and basketball. Basketball, baseball, whatever you want me to react to, we'll react to. Whatever sport, man, we gonna react to. We'll react to swimming. To let me know what you want to react to. What you want to react to, man. Hey, man. But yeah, we got Terence Crawford, man, 42, undisputed king of boxing. It's his career documentary, so we finna get into it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and get your popcorn, cause this is 46-minute video, so we finna watch it, man. So yeah, let's go.
Pound-for-pound fighter in the world, Terence Crawford.
Terence Bud Crawford.
He's 15-0 undefeated.
One thing I want to point out is Bud can switch from orthodox to southpaw.
Crawford, who's kid, maybe the best switch hitter in the history of the sport. Yeah, it's a big statement. He's, like I said before, he's Mickey Mantle.
Again, a big shot by Crawford.
The current pound-for-pound king of the sport. An undefeated nightmare from Omaha, Nebraska. Crawford was raised by a single mother on a street that has since been renamed to Terence Bud Crawford Street.
What he remembers is all those years wanting for you to say,
I love you.
Yes.
Yes.
You didn't do it.
Nope.
While most kids were playing Street Fighter, Crawford was fighting in the streets.
Let's go out there and knock some heads off. I said he gonna be one little bad boy.
And that's where it all started at. Me going in the street, putting on the gloves, me fighting in the alleys. Just a typical bad kid running the neighborhood.
I went to school. You used to get kicked out.
Yeah, and then she'd get kicked out.
He didn't get kicked out. Just like when he hit the try and knocked the person's teeth out.
His upbringing was extreme, but a life of poverty can be far more painful than a few butt whippings.
I paid the kids, I said, if y'all gonna whoop Bud, I give y'all $10 a piece.
Terence rose to the challenge.
Imagine that, your mama bet to get
What did he tell you?
He told your mom, I told you I'm the best.
You filled me with rage.
It was a good
And
call.
every time I stepped foot in the ring or anything that I ever did, I just wanted to win so bad so I can prove a point to it.
It was something in him, you could see it in him, but it took a while for us to realize what he had, what it was.
The undisputed king of the Nebraska streets was determined to use his gifts at the next level.
Still trying to prove something to you, Mom? No, I think I already did all that. I proved stuff to myself.
Turning pro in 2008, Crawford was a relative unknown.
So this is why he's like number one. Because I think he's special.
Still undefeated, Terence Crawford.
14-0.
Shortly after
KO.
turning pro, Crawford suffered a setback.
He'd been shooting dice with a dangerous crowd in North Omaha, and then returned to his parked car to count his winnings from the game.
Your life changed in very different circumstances in 2008 after you got shot, is that right? Correct.
Crawford and his friends returned to his car to leave the game, only to be caught between two rival gangs. Crawford took a bullet to the head. The near-death incident only strengthened Crawford's drive.
I would say bullets don't have no name. He was just leaving from a dice game, and got caught in the crossfire. It's crazy, man. That's just, you know. That's what they say. Bullets don't have no name, man. They really don't.
He was lucky because I guess the bullet went in and bounced off or something.
The head was hard.
Yep.
I think he's the greatest switch hit ever. I think he's the best finisher in boxing right now. I mean, he's special, like a Sugar Ray Leonard was special, like a Pernell Whitaker was special, like a Roberto Duran was special.
Controlled from start to finish by Omaha, Nebraska's unbeaten Terence Crawford.
There's the really good guy ones and the special.
This battle is a thon.
He's a special.
Two more.
Of all the things that we saw in a very professional bout for Crawford was his ability to finish when he had his man hurt. And he's got it all.
In his first real test, Crawford announced his arrival to the boxing world.
Unbeaten Russian Habib Alakberdiev came down with a bad elbow. He was supposed to fight hard-punching Greatest Prescott of Colombia. Terence Crawford, who was scheduled to be in another fight on the undercard, moves up for the biggest test in his developing career. Some people think Prescott is too experienced. Some people think Crawford is just too good.
That's the fight that a lot of people started taking notice of who I really was. And that's the fight that put me on the mainstream.
Is the fighter from the middle of the country, Terence Crawford, who's been built up and is undefeated. Is he real? Because Prescott is a world traveler and a real tough guy.
Hasn't faced anybody with the quality that Greatest Prescott has demonstrated in the ring.
Crawford in a beautiful right hook on the left eye.
Prescott has that cut outside the left eye. Ringside behind us tonight, Mike Tyson.
Boom, perfect timing.
You don't shy away from contact. And in fact, you like that kind of contact. What kind of mindset is that? When it's time to fight, it's time to fight. At the end of the day, it's going to be me or you.
It's a big win for Terence Crawford. Stepping up in class. Originally, he was to fight on the undercard.
Max, he had a good, not great amateur career. Do you think he's shown so much focus as a professional that he's even better than he might have thought he was going to be?
With Adrian Bronner's recent departure from lightweight, and with Crawford's spectacular performance against Greatest Prescott at junior welterweight, Terence Crawford is viewed by many, including me, as probably the best lightweight in the world.
Damn. Man, I'm sorry for cussing, man. Just a reaction.
And Lawrence Coleman's going to stop the fight.
Good stoppage. Sanabria couldn't stay steady on his feet.
He lives this stuff. This isn't a guy who's like some fighters, like distracted by a lot of stuff outside of the ring. Like, this is his whole life. He thinks of himself like a pit bull.
After the surprising win, Crawford was in line for his first title fight.
And now, here on a generation, a legend to a country, lightweight champion of the world,
100+ years of boxing. Very rare for a guy who's been around for a while to say a guy who's presently fighting has the best instincts he's ever seen.
He's the most instinctive, if not the most, one of the most instinctive fighters I've ever seen. His physical talent is up in the stratosphere.
Really nice uppercut going in there. Testing that jaw again.
He's a junkyard dog, too.
A natural fighting genius, Crawford's instincts are perhaps his greatest asset. During the fight, he switched seamlessly between southpaw and orthodox.
Williams just can't get on top of this one.
Mickey Mantle was a great power hitter from either side of the plate, left and right. And baseball. Well, that's what Crawford does. Not just his ability, but his IQ, his cerebralness, his ability in that area, how he lands such clean shots, shots you don't see, the right shots.
Terence's switch-hitting style came about when he broke his right hand in a street fight as a teen.
When that happened, you know, my coach, he was like, well, you ain't gonna be able to be in the gym for some months. I was like, no, I ain't. So I just go in there and work on my left. And then next thing you know, the left was stronger than the right. Now I had to get the right back strong.
Next, a massive test against undefeated Gamboa in front of Terence's home crowd.
Let's get ready to rumble!
You from the home crowd. You know you gotta win.
Breaks it down better than I ever could.
Gamboa was a gold medalist, very talented fighter. It was one of his fights on his way up. He got caught with the right hand. As he went backwards, he instinctively turned out of the southpaw stance. Instinctively, he's hurt. He turns the other way. So that is something that Crawford brings to a fight. I was more impressed by that outing than all of his highlight reel fights before.
And he has a mean streak in him, Roy, for a guy who is really a guy who sits in the pocket and boxes. He's got that kind of mean streak that Pernell Whitaker had.
The hometown crowd erupted at the masterful display from Bud Crawford. Undisputed champion at 140 pounds.
Terence Crawford looks like a great fighter in his prime.
You want to see in Crawford tonight, although we saw it 140 once, the woman is coming from 147 to 140. He's coming from 135 to 140. Can Crawford bring his power from 135 to 140 and be successful?
A new, toughest opponent for Crawford.
Terence Crawford, and he's the best lightweight in the world, the champ of the division, and Beltran is his most worthy challenger. That's what you get tonight.
You're wondering how it is that Terence Crawford can outweigh Ray Beltran by 6 pounds when their upper bodies look virtually the same. Look at their legs.
Crawford doesn't allow his opponents to corner him.
Makes it tough to corner him because Beltran did a decent job of cutting off the ring, and right before he was going to beat Crawford to the spot, Crawford just turned into a southpaw and got out the other way.
Not only does he change to the opposite hand, he's just as deadly from one side as he is from the other side.
The body control pivot.
Nice lead.
Beltran represents his stiffest test at lightweight. The crowd is kind of reacting with that same kind of energy.
One more try.
you doing those stair runs. You do that quite a bit, right?
Right, every Sunday.
He trains at high altitudes in Colorado, over 6,000 feet above sea level.
Because
You
the air.
know, Colorado, you can't breathe, boy. I ain't never been, but I heard you can't breathe in Colorado. They said.
Thinner and thinner as you go, and then the steps. You got some steps
Well, you
that's
can
like
breathe,
this,
but, you know.
that's small, and then you got some steps where you got to really reach.
Terence Crawford, last year's Fighter of the Year, as chosen by the boxing writers, is in action.
Delorme against Terence Crawford, but look a little closer, because what separated Crawford so far from the also-rans has been not just a fighting heart, but a taste for combat. When the going gets rough, he seems to enjoy it.
His first fight of the new year was another clinic.
Through 5, 50-43 over Terence Crawford in terms of punches landed. And that might be the only one that matters so far. And he did it. That is a sensational 6th round knockout.
He was now the WBO super lightweight champion.
Only your second fight at 140 that felt different than fighting at lightweight.
I felt stronger.
140-pound title holder Terence Crawford had already signed to defend against Montreal-based Haitian challenger Gary John in his hometown of Omaha, Nebraska.
I want a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Above all, protect yourselves at all times. Let's go.
Crawford cleared each challenge with such ease that people assumed the challenger had been overrated, and not that Bud was just that good. Aggression. These are a few of my favorite things about Bud Crawford.
Hey, I slowed up.
Dominant, it undermined the significance of the victory because people afterward were questioning quality. That's how dominant Crawford was.
Both men in firm shape.
A true victim of his own success.
Hank Lundy's a good, solid fighter. Crawford destroyed him, knocked him out.
Belts remaining to become undisputed.
This is his third fight of the year, and he's openly campaigning to be the fighter of the year. How's his case?
That would be the second time he'd be fighter of the year, by the way. He was fighter of the year a couple years ago. And if he wins tonight, and the point is really how he wins, we all expect him to win. Greatest Prescott, Ricky Burns, Gamboa, Beltran, Lundy, Postal, Delorme. He's fought a lot of quality fighters, and he's dominated all of them.
He wants to do something now that matches up to what Ray Beltran did. And there's a right hand over the top, and the crowd responds immediately.
And we don't usually see him come out to start that early.
Weapons in Terence Crawford's arsenal.
He ran circles around John Malik.
He sees that kind of steady pressure as just a prolonged execution here.
Crawford seems to be more or less landing at will.
He is. Target practice.
There's Warren Buffett, and Warren Buffett thinks that Terence Crawford is money.
non-stop barrage of hooks, jabs, and uppercuts.
Again, like Jimi Hendrix would just make up a tune because of his genius. Customaro used to tell me, I thought he was the greatest boxing mind of all, and he was my mentor. He used to say, Teddy, the great ones can make it up as they do.
The match was a 9-round beatdown that culminated in a ref stop. At this point, people were comparing Crawford to Errol Spence Jr.
The only talent I see there that I think is special, that has the chance to be great and to compete evenly with a fighter like Crawford, is Errol Spence.
I'm gonna make one mistake, Lane. What you want to bet on that? What you want to bet on? Bet 100,000 on that. Let's bet $1 million. Easy. Let's bet $1 million. You getting that money, right? Easy. Let's bet $1 million. Easy.
I want to see Errol Spence and Mr. Crawford go at it.
Ooh, me too.
That's gonna be a fight.
That's gonna be a big fight.
Sidebar.
Man,
I've got a
whoa,
great documentary
Spence,
about Spence on this very YouTube channel you're watching. How about you subscribe, like, and click the bell for tons of boxing documentaries like this one. Next, a match for the undisputed lightweight crown against undefeated WBA and IBF champion Julius Ndongo.
Take it in. Few things in sports are better than a homegrown world champion carrying the pride of his people. As the large entourage comes right through the bowl section here at Pinnacle Bank Arena.
Ndongo. There he is, that man. Right there. He figures he's stronger than you.
Correct.
What do you figure?
He figured out in the first round that he mistaken.
Billed as a war, what we got was another destruction.
Some people get their lead left foot outside the lead right foot of a southpaw. Not Crawford. Fight fire with fire.
Terence Crawford is now the undisputed super lightweight champion of the world.
From Omaha, Nebraska, Terence Crawford.
The first man to hold all 4 belts in the division. How about you subscribe, like, and click the bell? Returning to Colorado, Bud pushed himself to new limits. Training in the frigid cold and high altitude.
I can't give Crawford's team enough credit. They always have this guy ready for what he's going to fight.
Crawford is determined to win every fight in the gym.
Good. Let's go. Quick feet, quick feet, quick feet.
Upon unifying all 4 belts at 140, Crawford would move up in weight and lay siege to the welterweight division. Setting aim on joining an elite company of 3 division champions.
The unbeaten, the conqueror of Manny Pacquiao, the WBO welterweight champion, Jeff Horn arrives.
To do so, he'd need to overcome the undefeated welterweight champion.
Great reception for America's best. Bud Crawford, looking for history. Trying to become only the 6th man to win at lightweight, at junior welterweight, and now if he wins tonight, a welterweight champion.
Horn had just defeated Manny Pacquiao and was riding high atop the welterweight division.
That time he came forward and Bud nipped.
Despite being viewed as a real test for Crawford, Jeff Horn was outclassed from the opening round.
Throws the right hand. So occasionally, Crawford will lay on his seat, lay on that left side.
Punching between punches and a flush left hand. And here comes Bud. Crawford on the
was now an undefeated 3-division champion who had taken on all comers during his rise.
Take us through what you saw tonight and why this was complete domination.
It was a Volkswagen against a Ferrari, and the guy driving the Volkswagen was a bad driver. You know, he's already won the lightweight title. He's already won the junior welterweight title. Now he's a welterweight champion. Guess what? The welterweight title is loaded. Loaded. I mean, it's the best one single division that I've seen in boxing since the 80s.
Wow.
And then there's Terence Crawford, now a 3-division champion. He started off with the WBO lightweight title. He was the undisputed guy at 140 pounds, had all 4 belts after he knocked out Julius Ndongo, and most recently taking this WBO welterweight championship.
Crawford would take on yet another unbeaten champion. This time, the lead-up was quite contentious.
Good early defense from Benavidez. He got out the way. That wouldn't have been good if Terence connected with that with no gloves on. Wow. It just shows you that the dislike and the bad blood is real. Yeah. Glad he didn't connect.
Despite the big talk from the challenger, Crawford was unfazed.
We went over the dressing room. We went over the rules in the dressing room. Keep it clean. Set yourself for that turn. Let's do this.
I thought you would have put
The talk is done. It's time to fight. Benavidez, Crawford, WBO welterweight championship of the world.
Landing at will, beating his opponent to the punch.
Doubles up the right hand that time, does Crawford. There he works his way to the inside and included yet another body punch.
Bud put his entire repertoire on display.
Like I said, all the wins before that were like a Michael Jordan's dunks and flying through the air.
I see Benavidez breathing hard, and I think Bud is in a great place.
But not really seeing the complete basketball player. And you got a chance to see the complete fighter.
In the 12th, after winning every round and embarrassing the brash upstart.
He was in there with a guy that has talent, a guy that knows how to fight. He's got a big amateur background, a guy who has a terrible style.
Crawford closed it out.
They got it wrong when they gave Lomachenko Fighter of the Year when I won Undisputed. I'm not happy with that. I'm not happy.
Who's the best fighter in the world?
Who's the best? People are constantly comparing you to who's the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world. You think you need to not just beat Amir, but dominate in order to make that case for yourself?
Khan was a former lightweight champion and a naturally larger man than Crawford.
With someone who looks to be an all-time great in his prime in Terence Crawford.
The former unified super lightweight champion of the world.
When Amir Khan took the other biggest challenge of his boxing career, he stepped up all the way to middleweight against Canelo Alvarez. He was winning all the early rounds, completely outboxing him, landing punches, utilizing his speed, and then there was just one mistake.
But right away he made a mistake. Bang, caught him.
What was billed as the ultimate test for Crawford turned out to be just another clinic from the champ.
That was the first round.
Crawford with a first-round knockdown.
He went to his corner. He tried to come out of it, get prepared to go back to the fight, but all of a sudden, he didn't respond to his trainer, Virgil Hunter, who then called the fight, Teddy.
Declaring the winner by way of technical knockout, Terence.
Seemed to spiral. And like I said, just watching him basically quit. I mean, I don't know how else to describe it.
Many questioned if Khan had quit, including Crawford.
I don't think I'm champion because I'm trying to win fights.
You didn't quit.
Yeah, you quit.
Tell the truth.
Nah, I didn't quit. So what happened? What happened? I mean, I think I was in my seat.
Up next, you guessed it, another undefeated welterweight.
Two-time Olympian and the current undefeated WBO #1 ranked welterweight world contender, introducing Aegis Mean Machine Kovalevsky.
The #1 ranked contender was
He's no slouch. He's undefeated for a reason.
Olympic Games in 2008 and 2012. #1 challenger in the WBO. Bud Crawford, who is used to dominating the competition, has a guy coming to him now.
Watch this game plan right now from Crawford. He's fighting fire with fire. He's getting hit with shots he shouldn't be getting hit with.
But as the fight carried on, Crawford cracked the code and began throttling the challenger.
He's sitting orthodox now. Oh, and Crawford just nails him.
Nothing is beneath him. Nothing is impossible for Crawford. He's a special kid.
One punch, that's it. Bud Crawford, title defense.
We've been through 3 weight classes. You're still in the 3rd one right now, but you was the undisputed champion at 140, champion at 35, and you're a champion at 47. Where are you at in your life and your career right now? How do you just feel as a whole?
I feel great, but I feel like I still got a lot to accomplish.
Terence would return to Vegas to face off with Kell Brook. It was another fight with a high level of challenge for Bud. Kell was a British champion and another naturally bigger man.
This had to be cold.
Round #1. After a few rounds of feeling Brook out, Terence switched to southpaw and blasted Kell with a shot he didn't see coming.
One of the best closers in the game. 27 knockouts in his career. Do we have 20?
Another dominant performance from the pound-for-pound king.
Thundering in. And he stares him down. With his family here, his wife Isha.
The biggest names have been ducking Crawford for years, so it was a wonderful treat for boxing fans when a real contender stepped up.
He said, my legacy will depend on beating Terence Crawford.
This is the biggest fight of my life, and you gotta win this one.
Tonight's main event will change 2 lives forever.
Porter is a workhorse. He's a grinder. He's a truck. He's a horse. He's a tough son of a gun with will and determination, and physicality.
The former welterweight champion would be Bud's greatest test by far.
All right, fans, here we go. 12 rounds of boxing for the WBO welterweight championship of the world. Protect yourself at all times. Don't choke them up.
Those eyes of Crawford lock in now. Can Porter pull it off? Or will this be Crawford's statement night? We find out right now. We are underway for the welterweight championship, and Porter comes right out.
Terence likes 2 or 3 rounds to get his game plan, gauge distance and range, and understand what he wants to do. And if Porter can steal some early rounds, it creates a sense of urgency in Crawford.
As Crawford dialed in, Porter continued to exchange.
And a guy who can get a good shot right there for Sean Porter.
Just able to get away from the uppercut. Good exchange on the inside.
Punch for punch. It was a rough and tumble affair.
Crawford lands a right hand. Good action here. Round 2.
In the 3rd, there was a clash of heads when Crawford switched to southpaw. Both fighters were cut.
But for me, it was just a matter of time before Crawford was going to do what he did.
Porter right now is fighting a perfect fight. Being athletic, using his hand speed, using volume.
The body control pivot.
And all of a sudden, Porter goes face first into the neutral corner.
Olay, Tex, Olay.
Crawford continued to decode Porter's style.
And now sharpshooting to the head is Crawford.
With each round, Bud grew stronger.
The hammer's about to drop. You don't see it yet, but it's going to drop.
Chest body, too. Straight in the chest.
In the 10th round, Crawford showed the boxing world who reigns atop all others.
Was good on his feet, but not coming forward and firing at Crawford for the moment. There's an overhand right. And another combination.
When I look at pound for pound, I look at every inch of it. And as far as being able to fight inside, outside, make adaptations, mentally together, I just look at you as number one right now.
Magnificent accuracy by the champ. And he's stopping the fight. His father says it's over. Terence Crawford has just stopped Sean Porter. No man has done that. Crawford just did.
As it stands now, Crawford has already amassed a Hall of Fame resume. A 6-time champion across 3 weight divisions. The pound-for-pound king of the ring.
Spence, Danny Garcia, all those guys just walked up to 154 after seeing this performance by Terence Crawford.
Crawford would have one more title defense before heading into the super fight against Errol Spence Jr. Showing no signs of rust after a lengthy layoff, Crawford beat the brakes off the challenger, smashing him for 6 rounds before landing a deadly combo for the finish.
Top of his game.
39-0.
I'm still here.
Billed as the super fight of our time, Terence Crawford would take on fellow unbeaten champion Errol Spence Jr.
It was a brilliant fight, man. I mean, I'm sure you appreciate it. I'm sure you watched it a bunch of times. But, man, that was like a real... Because it was such a mainstream fight, such a huge fight where everybody was paying attention to it and talking about it, even casuals, that they got to see you perform that way. Like, and, you know, now it's like there's no dispute.
After a career full of people overlooking his greatness, Terence Crawford would finally get a chance to shut the haters up once and for all.
Oh, watching this fight right here. Errol Spence.
The Spence-Crawford fight was a monumental
Oh, this.
affair. 2 unbeaten, undisputed champions fighting at their peaks.
Gentlemen, the time has come for the bout the boxing world has been waiting for the undisputed welterweight championship of the world. It's time for Errol Spence Jr. versus Terence Crawford.
If he could win, Crawford would become the first undisputed champion of 2 weight classes in the 4-belt era.
The bell and round 1. 12 rounds to decide who is, in all probability, the outstanding pound-for-pound fighter in the world today.
It didn't take long for Crawford to take control of the fight.
There's a combination that drops Errol Spence for the first time in his career.
What was promoted touted as an epic battle
Spence
between
came out
two
there,
titans of equal
unprepared,
skill and
bro.
ability, became a spotlight showcase for the greatness of Bud Crawford.
It was beautiful, man. I mean, just the way you control, the way you switch things up, the way you control the pace of the fight.
Terence Crawford having his way with Errol Spence Jr. The jab, the left hand.
Crawford battered Spence over 9 rounds.
And Errol Spence's face already showing, already telling the
Spence, bro. I
story.
don't know where he was at, bro.
Victory ended any question about Bud. He was a historically great fighter who had taken on all comers, ducking no one and thrashing them all.
It's a wonderful thing that I had to fight to, get everybody approved.
And a dream matchup like that between two undefeated world champions, and for you to dominate the way you did, because a lot of people had that like a pick'em fight. Like a lot of people didn't know how to call it, but you just ran that fight.
Yeah, that's a fight that we've been wanting for years. And to finally secure the fight and perform the way that I performed, it was a great moment for me in my career.
154 pounds for the reigning and defending world champion, Israel, the Dream, Madremo.
After making history, Bud moved up a weight class to 154 and took on WBA super welterweight champion Israel Madremo.
A 3-division world champion now says, I fight for my legacy. I only want legacy-defining fights, and this is certainly one as he looks for a 4th weight class world title. He said he wants to leave the kind of mark on the sport that all the other greats did. The Alis, the Sugar Ray Leonards, the Mike Tyson.
The discussion would now shift to historical greatness.
Round 1 of our main event, Terence Crawford and Israel Madrimov.
For the first time in nearly 8 years, Bud Crawford would be forced to go the distance.
A shot in the fight so far for Madrimov.
Canelo would express doubt about Crawford's power at higher weight classes.
As a fighter, I know he wants to make history and go up, and he believes he can beat everybody. But that's why they are weight classes.
It needs to be for anything silly matter. Fantastic work from Crawford
as he put himself alongside some of the all-time greats who have achieved that feat.
by unanimous decision from Omaha, Nebraska,
History is made as Crawford with the unanimous decision.
He'd jump up 2 more weight classes to 168 and challenge Canelo Alvarez for the undisputed super middleweight championship.
For the past decade, Terence Crawford has been at or near the top of pound-for-pound lists. Now he makes his case for where he belongs all time. He's now leaping yet 2 more divisions, this time in a single bound, from 154 to fight the undisputed king of 168 pounds, Canelo Alvarez. In boxing's long history, who has succeeded at what Crawford is about to attempt?
Billed as a once-in-a-lifetime event with the tagline, "There can be only one."
Protect yourselves at all times. Listen like man. Touch them up. Back to your corner, John.
We begin round one of the super fight for the undisputed super middleweight title.
A win would make Bud Crawford the first three-division undisputed champion of the four-belt era.
Big right hand from Canelo blocked.
How hard did he hit?
He didn't hit as hard as I thought he would.
Did you like that clean left from Crawford? Did you like the left hook to the body and the greater activity from Canelo? With the only clean shot of the round.
A legacy-defining opportunity.
What you do notice, he doesn't look so much slower than Canelo, really. At least the effect hasn't shown up in the ring. But you do notice, Crawford is doing the better boxing so far.
The opening round saw some solid exchanges between the two.
However you have it scored, I suspect something like 2
Crawford was successful in keeping Canelo at bay with the jab body shot combinations. The size difference seemed irrelevant, as Bud controlled the action and dictated when and how exchanges occurred.
That's the kind of left hand that really hurt Errol Spence on his way in.
As the fight went on, it became clear Bud Crawford was just too good. No matter what Canelo tried, Crawford beat him to the punch.
This has been a masterful performance from Terence Crawford. I think it's more than no nonsense. As Teddy Atlas would always say, Canelo is looking to be friends, and Crawford is not looking to be friends.
And when the final bell rung, the boxing world had a new king, an undisputed.
I already know who won
of the sport.
When I was watching that, like towards the end, I was like, the fight over. We already know who won, so it wasn't no surprise, man. It wasn't no surprise.
115 to 113 to the winner by unanimous decision, the Fighting Pride of Omaha, Nebraska, USA, and Ring Magazine, an undisputed super middleweight champion of the world, Terence
From 147 to 168 in a win, and become undisputed. Wow, what can they say? They can't say nothing right now. But what can they say?
Well, then you're in like the greatest of all time discussion.
Nobody brings it home like a Joe. Nobody. Make it so.
Hey man, I hope y'all had y'all food, popcorn, all that, cause that was a great video, man. If you want more videos and documentaries like this, man, hit like, comment, subscribe, man. Let me know what you wanna what you want your boy to react to, man. Hey man, see ya next video.